Hello, everybody. Got some pretty cool thing I want to share with you that's about common law, maritime law, and Babylon the Great and the Fibonacci. So, everyone, about the Fibonacci, if you go to my very first video, I talk about how the Fibonacci is coded. It's literally in the book of Revelation and Genesis. And I believe our ancestors coded that in there for us because the very nature of our reality is history is cyclical. It's cyclical. That's why these patterns occur. Because I believe the universe and everything that exists because of a divine intelligence influencing and guiding it. And I believe that's why these things line up the way they do. Okay? Oh, my Bible's not. And so going back to this, I've been learning about this, and I've known people who have talked about it before, but the way they explained it, I could never really grasp what they were getting at. And now I do, because more people now are talking about it. There's a Canadian gentleman, Christopher James. His site is called A Warrior Calls. And there's another, I think Earth Unites or something. There's another, and they're really, really working hard now to help everyone on Earth understand the structure that's being used by these corrupt corporations, okay? And these delusional people, okay? And these Satanists who are ruling the world, and they really are, people. I've shared, I believe that this is a very woven phenomena that has been with humanity for far, far longer than we, the current living generation, realize, because it is deliberately being concealed from us. And so going back to this common law and maritime law and the Bible and Babylon the Great, please go to and look, go to the, don't, use the Bible right now. If you're not a religious person at all, that's fine. Use it as a history book. It's historical document. It's relevant. It's really relevant. The whole world is locked down for a reason. And I believe this is a big part of the reason. A big part of the reason. Now is the time to empower ourselves. Really, really, really. So now Babylon the Great, okay, is a construct that is, even though it's referred to as a woman, it's not a single woman. It's a metaphor, okay? But it speaks about this woman, and it says she sits on many waters. She is completely associated with every type of commerce, every type of indulgence, every kind of decadence, all these merchant ships that get rich by her. The corporations are the merchant ships because they operate under this maritime law. Oh, it's so, oh man, once you see it, it's like hard to unsee it, okay? So I think that this is a structure that, again, our ancestors understood, and it's coded here, okay? It's coded in the Bible, and we are waking up to it, and we are going to see the crumbling and the dismantling of this unjust, exploitive system that has created, again, a type of slavery, bondage, and that's how it's fitting with the Fibonacci story of the Bible and the story of the people being slaves in Egypt and coming free. It's because this story itself is a cyclical pattern until we fully awaken to it and change the story and write a new story, okay? So There's so much. I think everyone who's wanting to learn about this common law and maritime law, really, please take time to go in the book of Revelation and do the search on Babylon the Great and read the language. And it's like, whoa, it's just right there. You can't help but see it, you know? And then, so like, I think I've said it, but I'll say it again. This citizenship, city in ship, city in a ship. You see, it's the maritime law from the sea, this legal structure they created to govern commerce, and then it just expanded and expanded and expanded, and now our parents don't know. They just think they're registering us, like identifying, like to have an ID. No. A birth certificate on bonded papers, because we are they sell bonds on us. Bonds, the government bonds they sell are based on our value. Our anticipated production, we will contribute to the citizenry, okay? That's what they're buying and selling on. It's like, it's shocking it's shocking once you see it. It's like, wow. And this struggle between the people that live free on the land outside of the city structure, outside of the city system of this, yeah. Now, I believe this is also connected to other scriptures that speak about the man of lawlessness or the Antichrist, and it's in 2 Thessalonians. And when they were writing about this man of lawlessness, and they were saying he was going to get really powerful and really influential and deceive a lot of people, okay? It says that of him, of the time, when the scripture was being written, when Rome was in power, according to the Bible, Rome was in power, it said, for the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. So is it that this structure is just morphed and morphed and morphed from those days to these days, and not as much time has actually really gone by as we think, because I do believe they've inserted 1,000 years into our timeline to try to muffle and conceal history and to conceal the blow that was struck, yeah. So I hope this, makes sense, that basically we need to really educate ourselves. There's a gentleman by the name of Christopher James. His website is A Warrior Calls. There's another site called Earth Unite, and they're working to educate everyone all around the world about this. And so basically what it is our public courts are meant to be able to deal with businesses, when corporations are interacting with each other, like if you own a business, your business is not you, you might incorporate that business. That business has its own business account. It files its taxes. Your business is separate from you. Sometimes you can have a business and you can be employed by the business. So it's two separate things, okay? So this is what they've done to us through the birth certificates, okay? They have turned each one of us into a corporation. Now something else, that's what I wanted to say, is the word corporation. Corpse nation. Corporation. Corpse is like dead. Okay? So they are treating us like we this was on another video. It's called the occult art of law or something like that I seen. And man, the guy said something that just went, whoa. He said, you know how they have this thing that if you're lost at sea and there's no sign of you for 7 years, you have to give someone 7 years, and then and then you can, their estate can be disseminated. Okay? So he said this is why they use the language, you're summons to court, you're summoned. Okay? Because it's the same as when there's a medium or someone practicing magic where they want to summon a spirit. Okay? Because they're actually pretending you're dead. And that's why you have a lawyer speak in your behalf. It is so twisted, folks. It is so demented. And this is why it's clearly connected to occultism and black magic and deception and lies. Because of all the acting, all the dressing up, the wearing of the black robe. And again, in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, it speaks about a time when a group of people wake up. Okay, they wake up and they are considered the righteous, and they become kings, priests, and judges. Okay, now this has been all spiritualized. Okay, the more I learn, the more I realize there's an actual literalness here. The Bible promised a time would come when God's law would be written on our hearts, and the fundamental principle would be, and we will do no harm in all of God's holy mountain. The principle that common law rests on is do no harm. Okay? And we become sovereign on earth. We become a judge in that we come up to be a participant in maintaining a fair and honest and just society. Okay? So we become kings, we become judges, and we become priests because we enter into relationship with God directly, as God as we understand. Okay? And this is stuff prophesied in the Bible. And the last thing they want us to know or to think is to take it literal. Okay? That's the last thing they want us to spiritualize it all away. Oh, I can see that very clearly now. And it is not meant to be like that. And so, yeah, we are not dead. Even the irony, the Bible speaks about a resurrection. It speaks about a resurrection, when the dead will be resurrected. And that would be great. That would be so wonderful if there's a way for that to physically happen, okay? And I'm not saying it isn't possible. But wow, if it's also a metaphor for what they've done, the corpse orations and the morgue, pay till you die, morgue age, okay? And that this whole thing that they've done is part of the Bible story, that our ancestors were somehow able to understand the inevitability that we will figure this out and we will go free. We will. We will. But we have to participate in it. And I understand that now. And so I'm going to share this video with some people that are interested in the common law. And and see if they've seen these things too. So thank you, friends. Share with me any ideas, questions. If you're liking this, let me know. Thank you. Bye.